Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Crafting in a Small Space. I am Miranda, and this is Craft Space, Small Space Van. And I am from Portland, Oregon, and this is Monday, and we are back at the beach. We were at Newport a couple days ago for a few days, and then we went home, fed the cat, got stuff, recouped everything, came back, and now we're here. But I have to tell you how excited I am that I had to go to the grocery store this morning because Lita needed some food and we needed some more groceries and stuff to bring with us here today because we're back at Rockaway, Oregon. And I got in my car, and it was cold last night, and it was cold in my car. I had to defrog my car and everything. And the reason why that is good is because when I go back to work, then I will be able to do these videos in my car because it's going to be cold. And I am so happy about that because I really hate waiting until the stupid weekends or whenever we're out and he's off freaking doing his fishing and hunting and crap, for me to be able to make a video, because I feel like making a video when I feel like making a video. I don't want to make a video for every Monday, a video for every Wednesday, a video for every Friday. Like, I have stuff to do. I can't get that much alone time remotely. So, and then I'm going to go back to work next week. So there's no way I'm going to be just, this is so exciting to me because I'm going to be able to sit in my car and make videos and be super happy. Now, I have to get my crochet stuff. I have all my finished projects that I could find in my car so that I can take pictures of them, so that I can list them and have them all in a portfolio on my phone, which I've never done before. And I did take pictures of all my stuff quick and dirty with my flip phone that I had to get rid of and get this phone like a year ago. And so now I'm going to do that again, but this time I'm going to stage them nicely so that they look pretty and then list them on my other Instagram page. My crafting Instagram page is always .yarning. And my one where I'm going to try to sell the stuff is always _ yarning. And we just got here and had some food, and now he's fishing and I'm getting to make video. And I'm gonna hang the dangerous item. I have hung this over there many times, and then he'll point to something outside the van, and then he'll be like, look, 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 and I'll go hang my head out the back of the van, and I'll go to pull my head back in the van, and my hair will catch on this yarn cutter. And it does cut, and it's taken chunks. So I'm gonna hang the dangerous item that I've put on the zippity doodah here, and I'll hang it up over here on my net that is holding stuff to the wall. And then when I need to cut stuff, I just pull it over to me and then let it go back up there. But let's get to the yarny goodness. I'm super freaking excited to tell you the things that I'm making. Okay, so I made a bowl the other day. I make these little, like, everything. And I'm still working on my mom's blanket. It has grown considerably. I tell myself that I have to make 2 groupings every day to get to earn to work on something else, because I don't ever do small projects except the knit hats. So I have yarn for that in here. So I have like 3 skeins of yarn in here for that. And then I have a big bundle of my purple and my green, because I am making myself something that I probably won't wear, but really am enjoying making. Let me unfold it. Or let me fold it, as I guess I should say. Let me fold it. Where's the crappy end? There we go. Okay, here's one side. So this is going to be the armhole. And this is going to be, give me a second. And this part, of course, is coming apart now that I've decided to start working on that half. This is so exciting. Okay. Here's the one half. And here is the other half. I am making myself a hexie cardigan And I started with the greens, and then I got to 11 rows of the green, and now I am doing purple and green stripe. And I have discovered a new way to make this. Instead of doing the whole hexie a million times and making these horribly giant gaping hole arms, you stop at a certain point and then you just make a round, but you don't go to the last side, and you just keep going back around and cutting off and going back around and cutting off. And so here's the green side that's going to do purple stripes, and this is going to be the purple side that does green stripes. And then I'm going to sew it together. And then my sleeves are going to be purple and green striped all the way down. But I don't like giant sleeves. So I am stopping my sleeve here, so it'll stop like right here on me. But you're making this part taller. You're making this part taller and this part wider. And then when you're done with that, then you make your like waist rings back around. And I'm gonna make a collar on it instead of just it being open like this. It's gonna have a ribbed collar. But this is the purple side. I was gonna originally just make the purple as the whole thing because I didn't think I would like the green, because the green has some weird colors on it. Like this is more tealy, this bit right here, but there is the green parts that I liked were like this green and like these greens, but there is like this weird section where there's like this blue and blue, but it's fine. I mean, look at this side, it's gorgeous. It's gonna be stripy. It's gonna be stripy and delicious. Hopefully I wear this, and with the cold weather coming, maybe I will. I'm not gonna put a hood on it, but I could have even stopped earlier because obviously there's your armpit, and I would have put the arm here, but I think the arm's gonna be like there. And this is so exciting. Oh, it goes like this. Sorry. So it's this arm, because the cuff is where you sew it together and then you do rings of a different color, but you just build the top and the side to build it outward this way, like inward towards you, rather than building the arm out like a gigantor box. So I've got this side, and then I just started on this one last night, so you can't see it the right way. So there's this is the side. It's this side. There we go. Fuck, sorry. Okay, it goes like this. So my armpit is way under there, so this is probably gonna be like right there. I don't really want it that big, but it's gonna be cute. I was watching the horror movie Dolls last night while I was working on part of this, but it's gonna be very, very pretty. It's gonna be my like Frankenstein witchy kind of cardigan. I'm really excited about it. So I'm using the two macchiato cakes for it, and I was gonna put orange on it, but I don't think so because I really like the orange. I really like the green and the purple, which means that I will have 3 whole skeins of the orange. So I might make an entire orange one just by itself because it's this pretty flames and it's pretty neat actually. I might make an entire orange one. I really wanted to make an entire purple one, but the purple and the green just kept calling to me. So I was like, I might just do that. And so I have a whole skein of this purple behind you, and then I have a whole skein of green, and then I have 2 of the oranges. So I'm not using the oranges that are here now on its own cardigan because those 2 oranges are for my mom's blanket. So I've got that going, and I've got it in my little reversible bag. This one is one of the ones that I have that doesn't have a pattern on the inside. The other ones that I have, there's like sunflowers on the inside and these really funny shapes on the outside. So that's going. I don't know what the hell he got on my damn bag. What the hell is... so messy. I keep all my stuff clean, and I just got my bag messy. Okay, so I got my charger in there. This can go in here. That can go in there. That can go in there. All right, so that's that part of my project stuff. So I have the mom's blanket over there. I have the cardigan here, and I'm working on another project. So, do you guys remember when I was doing that shawl? He's still fishing, good. Do you remember when I was doing that shawl where it is the oranges and the beautiful multicolor and the teal blue, and it grew outward? And I was trying the other day to find out what the pattern was called. And I watched my own videos. I watched the 3 videos that I talked about it. And I didn't say the words in the thing, but I'm gonna make it now, and I've got yarn for it that hopefully it sets up nicely. And the pattern is called Venation, and it is by Amba O'Brien, and it is on Ravelry. I'm saying it for myself for the future and for you all. Looks like he's peeking at you guys. Amba, Ambah, I think it is, O'Brien, and it is the Venation shawl. I keep wanting to say Venation Station. I don't know why. Like Creation Station. What the hell? I work with so many fuzzy yarns that I am always like, what is in my eye today? What is up my nose today? Like, I always have fuzz in my nose and my eyes and my mouth. So what I'm going to make it with now, and I am sitting here with a pile, I'm going to put my needles in here. I'm going to organize this a little better. This is a makeup thing. And I'm going to put my needles in here. I'm going to put one of every size in here with my go-to needle size or hook sizes to keep this in my big giant travel container, so that I can have this with me, so I don't always have to like switch, because I'm sitting here right now and I have, please don't lose any. Let me just leave all these little ones behind. I have all of my interchangeables with me right now, trying to go through them and figure out what size is going to be good with this yarn. And the yarn I am using is this yarn. I have 3. I caked them all up when I was going to use them before, and for some reason when you knit with this stuff, it's not soft. It's like cottony. But I thought, why don't I just make a shawl out of it anyway, because I don't want to waste the money from this yarn on nothing, like just a crocheted purse or something like that. That's what I said I was going to do with it before. This yarn is from Feisty Fibers, and I have 3 of these and 3 of a different color that was not remotely the same, that was supposed to be the same. And it is, this colorway is called Gutted. And when it's in, sorry, it's been falling all over my bag, so it's torn up a little bit. In its hank form, this looked like it belonged in that movie. It's blacks, it's reds, it's grays, it's got like a little lavender bit to it or whatever, but this is very murdery, Hellraiser-y kind of thing. I really love it a lot, and I'm very horror movie all the time. I literally just watched the 2 Hellraiser movies yesterday working on this stuff. So it's very, is there a sun in this world? That's the color it is. That's exactly the color it is. But Feisty Fibers worsted, it is called Gutted, 100% superwash merino, 200 yards, 115 grams, hand washed and cold, blah, 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 dyed in Toronto. So I have 3 of a different one, and they were all very different than each other. And I understand that when dyers dye yarn, you know, sometimes it can vary, but this went from Like, imagine this, and then the next skein just being all red with a little gray, and then the third one just being like all the other color with not even any of these. Like, it just, I don't know. To me, being able to see it in person and have one be just like super all pink and a little bit of orange, but the other ones be like an orange and pink and little flecks of black and stuff like they're supposed to be, and then they kind of graduate away from each other, that's fine, because then I could use them in kind of like a gradient kind of situation. But the one of them is just so different than the others. I was trying to get it all to match, but it's not going to, and that's fine, because, you know, I've expanded myself since I bought that yarn a whole lot in my knitting and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I'll just use one, then the other, you know, and it'll kind of graduate the colors. There we go. I'm sticking the tag back inside because the other tags for the other one, because I balled the other one up. I got mad and balled it up instead of did this, because the hank was all messed up inside also. That was the other problem with it, is the hank was, I was trying to organize them, and when I undid the hank, there was like a bunch of knots in it. I'm like, damn, why can't they just work well? So I've got my three. And so I'm going to start right now. He is off fishing. I'm going to start the Venetian shawl. I'm very excited about it because I have been watching so many podcasts of the same people. I pretty much just watch I used to watch all the Grocery Girls all the time. There's a new one today, so I'm gonna watch that one. But I pretty much watch Cozy Up Knits. That's the only one I watch, because I don't think anybody understands this. My time is not ruled by me. Every single moment of my life is controlled by someone else. And so I don't have anything that has to have a deadline on it is not going to happen, because if anybody knows that I have that going on, there will be interruptions on purpose. Things will happen. And so I don't do things that take a deadline. I do things based on when I can get them out, when I can do them. And so there's other things going on that I'm not in a good place. So this is making me very happy right now, being able to like do a knit project, because I watched the Cozy Up Knits latest video the other day, and I love watching them. And so I just started going back and watching their videos, and I was making podcast or webcasts on here myself, just like I'm doing right now. This is a webcast, we all know it. But I stopped numbering them because I don't have a specific amount of time that I want to put into it, because sometimes I want to talk for 30 minutes and sometimes I want to talk for an hour, and sometimes it is what it is. Like, everybody's is what it is. And so if this is not your regularly scheduled program, any of the times I make a video, it's always, you know, something crazy and different or whatever. And I think I want to start putting like some sort of background behind me, you know, just something pretty, because my lighting is always kind of messed up. But if I have something behind me that's like the same each time, then it will be less chaotic behind me. I just whacked myself on the nose. But yeah, my time is not my own. I cannot make plans. I cannot go anywhere. I cannot do anything. I sit on my phone. If I'm on my phone too long, it gets noticed, then gets questioned, then gets judged. So I don't communicate with people on a regular basis. I don't post on a regular basis. But I am always, every single solitary day, crocheting or knitting or making something. So that is that explanation. I have no time that I can just be like, oh, I'm going to do this and have it done on that day and have it due by this day. And so my kind of my kind of selling is always people see me working on something, strangers, people in the grocery store parking lot or freaking wherever, at work, the park, the library, anything like that I've ever been to. It's always been, where did you get that? Or, you're making that, that's so great, I want one, where can I get one, do you sell these? And I'm like, you can have this one, this is how much it is, and you can have it. And so my last 4 things I made, somebody bought. The 2 shawls for sure, and then the blankies for my mommy. And this is the first time I'm gonna make myself something that I may or may not wear. I mean, I'm always trying to get my hoodies, you know, and put them on to snuggle with and stuff like that. And this is my newest hoodie that his son's mom and grandma got me. And I have a shirt, like a Golden Girl shirt too. And I have a picture, they got me this glass picture where the glass sticking out of the shadow box, the knife is sticking out so it looks 3D. But we don't have walls, so I just kind of set it up on my dresser. The walls, every wall in a fifth wheel is a shelf or a cupboard or something like that. And then, yeah, I don't think we have any walls. It's all windows and cupboards. Yeah. It seems impossible, but it's true. Like, every surface is a window or a cupboard. Anyway, so I'm so excited. I'm gonna get to knit. I'm on episode 14 or 15 of Cozy Up Knits with the Stitchin' Sisters. Hi guys, if you ever see my videos, I love watching you. I could watch you endlessly forever. Watching the sister banter and their mom pop in every now and then, it's just so great. My sister is more like my boyfriend. She is the get out of town, physical activity, get outdoors, be outdoors, walking, hiking, all that stuff. And I'm like, go to it. I want to sit here and just make things. I don't know why. My inspiration, I know where it came from. I used to watch my aunt, and my aunt she would make like one of those elaborate lampshades in a day. She'd make part of a doll dress or a doll, or like painted porcelain face, or she'd the same day she'd make like a whole refrigerator of fudge, or can like 50 things, and like not 50 but like 5, all while she was crocheting something or sewing something or making something. And it was just like so fulfilling to watch her create so much stuff. And so now, if I'm not reading about crocheting or knitting and quilting or doing it or watching videos about it or listening to podcasts about it and stuff like that, then I just kind of go a little off. And, you know, I'm gonna sneeze. You know what I was doing. Nobody needs to pee. Yeah, most people need alcohol. I need to make stuff all the time. So here I sit, all excited to get to touch my beautiful yarns. I have the Venetian is the shawl that I was making that looks like those Mardi Gras colors that I have not finished. And the reason why I'm doing this is to save myself, because I found that project but I couldn't remember what the name of it was. So I'm gonna make this so that I can get back into the pattern and get into like the flow of doing that pattern, because where I'm at on it right now, I have no idea what the repeat is. I have no idea what the pattern is. I can see that it's the regular stitches, and then there's the eyelet stuff that's going on in there. But I need to get back into the flow of just like doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it to be able to pick up where I am and to be able to count how many repeats I have, to know if I'm on the section where you're reducing, because I forgot if I was on the section I was supposed to be reducing on. So let's take a picture of this yarn, or I mean do a still of my yarn with my Jason head. Wait. It should just be all under my chin because it's so pretty. Look at him, he's over there peeking at me. There we go, now we've got all the stops. My hair. It's like every color today. You can see part of the project that was started, and I was like, why is this not soft? I started it on this. Oh my gosh, it's weird to me when I come back to an idea and I think that it's a new idea, and it's not. This is the front of that Venetian shawl. This is probably what I started it with, and then was like, this yarn is not soft enough. Why? But I don't know. It's not, it just feels like cotton yarn, and I don't understand why it's this way. I thought handmade yarn was supposed to be soft, and this is like really, really, really cotton. What did I say that label said? Okay, let's not ruin that one. Let's ruin the other one. 100% what? Superwash merino, 100%. I don't know. I thought that the yarns that people made were soft, because I have other yarn that's soft and it's 100% superwash merino. This is like different. I don't know what maybe the base is wrong, like different or something. I don't know, but I don't know why it's not soft. It feels kind of soft right there when you get the looser stitches going, but this isn't a tight stitch. This is not tight. It's not tight, but it feels like a washcloth. I don't know. It'll hang the way it does, and in doing so, it will help me. So, yeah. Let's see how long this puppy is. I forgot. I don't know if I showed you in the video. I tried to post a couple videos yesterday, and it's giving me trouble. Like, it won't let me post unless I have the YouTube open and watching it process. But, oh, that's the bottom. So I've got this. I gotta put 2 more rows on this side before I can start this. But this is how many rows I've put into him. He's pretty big. He's pretty big. This is the yarn I'm doing for the last row. And then I have a whole 2 others right there. And he folds up pretty big too. I put him in like a log. He's like a log when I am not working on him. There. Oh shoot. He's like a big giant log folded in like 3s. Yeah, I just stabbed that through all of those things. Now I gotta match every single one of these needles to make sure I didn't just accidentally pick one up with the yarn. What, I'm such a dork. Anyway, okay, so that's what I'm doing. Wednesday, when Wednesday comes, I will post my instructional video and my reveal of what I made. I'm excited to show it because I almost accidentally posted it after I made it and was like, look at what I made, and posted pictures of it at the beach when I made it a few days ago, or Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. And I was like, oh crap, I can't post it because then people will see it on my Instagram. So, okay. I will see you later. I'm going to get cracking. I wish that they made a second Doll movie. Do you guys remember that movie, Doll, with that little girl who her stepmom and her dad get stuck in the mud outside some house, and they break in. It turns out it's like this old dude and his old wife, and they make like dolls and stuff, and the dolls are like alive-ish, and the people that are bad get killed by the dolls, and then they get turned into dolls. And the little girl and one of the guys that's there is actually nice and good, and so they get to like be cool. But I want them to make a second one. I want to see more people come upon this house and be like, there's a lot of dolls, bro. Okay. Anyway, I don't think I have any more to say. I've got my tea. I've had this thing open for 2 hours and it's still blazing hot. I love this cup. Anyway, okay, so I'm done rambling. I just don't want to go. I just want to say hi and let's be friends, everybody. Comment what you're making right now. Comment, you know, your go-to pattern. Comment anything. Somebody say something out there. And you know, I've been spending all my time commenting on all these Facebook posts because I'm part of like 10 Facebook groups that are crocheting. It's so fun to see everybody's stuff. And this one crochet page that I'm part of, the only thing people are posting is the wheat stitch. And it's funny because I had joined the group but didn't go into it yet, and I had started the blanket, and then I get posts rolling through my Facebook feed and I'm like, oh, it's a wheat stitch, that's like what I'm doing. And then there's another one, and then an hour later there's another one, and then there's another one, and I'm like, wait a minute. And I clicked on the page to see what other things people are making, because some of the other pages nobody's making the wheat stitch, they're making everything else. And this one page, nobody is posting anything but wheat stitch, and they only have done that. And so everybody's like, is this the place we go to talking about the wheat stitch? And everybody's having problems making it, or making it really perfectly. There's like no betweenies. And so somebody was like, is this only for wheat stitch? But it's not. And I saw somebody making something the other day. It was just so gorgeous. And the people that can make cardigans to fit themselves, they're just so lucky. But I have an apple-shaped body and big boobs, so, you know, it's kind of a nightmare. And I'm not one of those people that will make a garment, rip it out and remake it, and rip it out and remake it, and keep reshaping it down to fit you. I need it to just be something I can make and just make it. So this cardigan that I'm making now, I'm a little leery about making the arms because I don't want them to be uneven. But it'll be good. It'll work itself out. And I'm glad that I have 3 projects to work on at once, so that when I don't want to do one, or when I want to sit out there, because when we put the awning up, that's the reason why I bought it. It's not up right now, but it's super windy. When we put the awning out, I can sit in this really plush camp chair we have. It's like a big egg you sit in. And I can take a little project like this knitting. That would be good out there. But this blanket, as you're working on the rows, it tries to dump itself off your lap. So I don't want to take that outside. And then there's times where he's like, oh, let's go over here and see this thing on the beach, or see this thing on here. And then I can just kind of plop down with like a hat or the shawl that I'm about to start right here, and just do it. And I am so happy that there are so many people out there just making things and making things and making things. And it's like one of the things that saves me is I am going to make one more item that's a wheat stitch, and that's going to be a hat. But that's not even in my project list right now. It's just something I can do that is in there in my brain, and I have a pattern that I have made up myself with the way it will sit and the way it will sew together. But I think the only stitch that I've used repeatedly is that shells stitch. I made several shells blankets. But if I was to make garments, I would be making, there's one crochet lady who makes hundreds of different shirts and cardigans and tank tops and all these things, and she's crocheting them, and they look as good as a knitted object. They don't look like your straight stitch stuff or icky granny square stuff. Like, they look so elegant. Her stitches are so pretty. The things that she puts together and the shape where she does, like the shapes that they like drape on you so nicely, and it doesn't hurt that she is she's not skinny. She's mid-size, but she has a really nice shaped body. She's got the hip and waist and, you know, everything. She's not like me, where it's like you're all blob at the top with skinny, like, muscular legs. And my size doesn't lend well to making upper garments, because everything just hangs off you, like, makes you look like a big sausage. So hopefully this cardigan will just be for fluffy, fun concerns rather than trying to look kind of cool, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna look like you know, some sort of, it's for Halloween, so it's supposed to look, you know, flashy, garish, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But, okay, now I'm going to get to it, because he's going to come back over here and be like, this whole time I was gone and you didn't do anything? You didn't yarn anything? I'm like, no, I was making video. He knows I'm making video, though. So, he knows that I was over here doing this and having fun and stuff. But yeah. So, let's be friends. Comment down below. Share this with your friends. If your friends want somebody to crochet with, I'm putting out videos now where I am just crocheting, and you can just see the pretty background, and every now and then it'll focus on my hands by itself and not the background. And, you know, I want more videos like that. I want to watch people just crochet and just knit, and me just watching them while listening to an audiobook or a movie or something like that. I just want to crochet and knit with someone. Like, so I'm making more of these, and we're always outdoors, and he keeps trying to get me to make more and more and more, but that involves me leaving the van, as he wants me to be like showing the beautiful background more than I do, because I don't want to go out in the sun. So I'm like in here making stuff instead of like crocheting with a beautiful view. But the ones that I do, they stay locked in my phone because I forget to post them. So I think I posted the beach one, and then there's the Newport Beach one, and there was one a while back. I just need to do them consistently, like every day, and then you guys can just knit with me or crochet with me or whatever, and we could just knit together. And I don't know how to add music to a YouTube video, so I have to figure that out. But I've never looked into it. That's why it hasn't happened. I just like I like hearing the things move, and like the knitting needles tap each other, and the background and the seagulls and the surf and all those kind of things. So, you know, if you think I should add music and it would be better, I could totally do that too, if I could figure it out, you know, when I figure it out. All right.